Hi, my name is Daniel Okuchuku Ben Obi. Welcome to Pest Solutions, your trusted guide in understanding pests and effective ways of controlling them. Today, we're going to be beaming our searchlight on cockroaches and how to effectively control cockroaches or even eliminate them. But before we delve into it, may we remind us of the video we made earlier, reminding us of the plague that happened in London from 1665 to 1666, called the Great Plague of London. This plague was caused by the transmission of bubonic plague that claimed 75,000 lives, said to be 1/4 of the population of London then. During that plague, erroneously, they assumed that the plague was caused by cats and dogs, leading to the killing of whopping 200,000 dogs and cats. Erroneously, I said, because in our contemporary world, in developing world, in Africa and sub-Saharan Africans, people still believe that certain diseases and premature death are caused by either witches or wizards, evil people, Satan, or demons. And this have led to people killing people because they believe that they are witch, causing their problem and causing enmity and feud in families and communities. But as you look at cockroaches, you will soon realize that cockroaches play a very significant role in transmitting diseases. In fact, cockroaches are said to be one of the most significant public health risks, transmitting diseases like dysentery, typhoid, gastroenteritis, poliomyelitis, salmonella, and E. coli. But how do they transmit diseases? Cockroaches transmit disease by two basic ways: by contamination, number one, and two, by regurgitation. Contamination because cockroaches transit between sewers, toilets, latrine, dirty, pathogen-infested environment, and then from there they transit to our kitchen, surfaces, living rooms, and by so doing, they carry this pathogen from this infested environment to our food, to contaminate our food and surfaces. Through regurgitation, cockroaches are meant to regurgitate partially digested food and deposit this on our food, contaminating food with pathogens, with their feces and saliva. This can lead to illnesses and food poisoning that can even lead to death if not mitigated. Also, cockroaches carries allergens that can worsen asthma and of course can cause serious irritation and allergies. These are some of the terrible diseases and conditions that can occur as a result of cockroach infestation. The question is, how can we control or eliminate this pest called cockroach? Well, it could be tough to take care of or get rid of cockroach, but with systemic and effective steps, you can actually control them or even completely eradicate them. What are those steps? Number one is to pay attention to where cockroaches live. You need to understand where they live in the first instance. For if you know where they live and what condition that makes them to live there, you can begin to attempt how you can get rid of them. Where do they live? Cockroaches live in cracks, on walls, crevices, in woods. They live behind the fridge or refrigerator. Cockroaches live in clutter, where there are pieces of cupboard, pieces of wood, pieces of cloth, dirty environment. They live in drains and, of course, in pipes. These are where cockroaches live. Now, having understand where they live, what else may you do? You should eliminate their source of food, their source of water, and their source of shelter. Let it not be your home that is breeding them, either intentionally or ignorantly. Eliminate their water. If you are cooking, after cooking, mop up your counter. Spills on the ground, maybe food spillages, quickly mop them up. This can be a source of water for cockroaches. If your pipes under your sink is leaking, get a plumber, fix it up. Immediately it might look costly, but the long-term benefit is beyond what you can imagine. Of course, in terms of food, crumbs while cutting or preparing meal should be quickly swept together and disposed of effectively. And while disposing of these things, put them in bins that have cover. Don't give your cockroaches access to your bin. There are 3 R's of waste management: reduce waste, reuse things that can be reused, and recycle. In attempting to recycle, make sure that empty containers are thoroughly rinsed. Don't leave food particle before you chuck them inside the bin. And if there are bags that are containing crumbs, tie them well and put them in a bin that is closed. Store your food in a closed container that will not give access to cockroach to feed on. In terms of shelter, we have said that cockroaches live behind your fridge and cracks and all whatnot. They fester in an environment with different clutter, old newspapers, cardboard, old woods, decaying materials. See to it that you rid your house of these things. There's this adage in Africa that says, this is important, this is important. That is why certain persons have useless load all around the house. Get rid of things that you are not using, things that are not useful. Don't accumulate clutter, giving room to invariably create a home for cockroaches. When you have eliminated their water, their food, and their shelter, what if they have started building in your house already? You have started noticing them. You can use traps and gel, sticky traps under your sink, can trap them and kill them. In fact, traps and gel is better than spray, because spray can drive them deeper into the cracks where you cannot have access to them. But gel will attract them. Most of the gel contain attractant, and they contain insect growth regulator that will make it difficult for the nymph to metamorphose into adults, thereby breaking the life cycle. Of course, sticky trap can trap them and kill them off. Also, you can use homemade remedies, natural remedies. You can mix boric acid with sugar in the ratio of 2:1. Boric acid is a low-risk poison for cockroaches. You can also mix baking soda and sugar, another low-risk poison for cockroaches. But please, in applying these remedies, see to it that you don't keep them where children and pets will have access to. You can also use repellent like catnips and bay leaves. They don't kill cockroaches, but they repel them. Yeah? So cockroaches, these things, cat leaf and bay leaves, have substance that are irritating to cockroaches. They can help. But in a situation whereby you are dealing with infestation, the population have so built up. Cockroaches ordinarily are nocturnal. But you now come during the day and cockroaches are flying in the house. Mate, you are dealing with infestation. Or maybe you enter your kitchen, turn on the switch, and cockroaches are scuttering around to hide. You are dealing with infestation. You may not have the patience or the facility or tools to get rid of that population or that size. You may consider calling professionals. Check your local website. You could have professionals that are reputable to deal with them for you. In Pest and Behaviour Services, you can check our website in this page, Pest and Behaviour Services. We can help if you need to. You can check our website. You can call our number that is on our page, and we can help you deal with cockroaches if you are within Lagos, Nigeria, and environ. But having dealt with cockroaches, having reduced their population, you must continue to maintain sanitary condition to prevent them. Consistently, you can set trap under your sink and check them from time to time, so that when you see one or two, that's indicator that cockroach is beginning to build. Take action. Effective housekeeping, good sanitary condition, making sure that you don't give room to providing water, food, and shelter for cockroaches. These are things that you will do consistently. And it is very, very possible for you to live from year to year without having cockroach infestation. You don't want to pay heavy bills. You don't want your children to be ill. You don't want to lose man-hour. You don't want to have your children miss school because they are infected with the pathogens that cockroaches transmit. So these are where we're going to stop in this stream. But please, if you have not done that already, I will encourage you to please subscribe to the channel, share the link with your friends, your family members, so that together, let's fight pests the smart way. Until we meet again, my name is Daniel Ben Obi. See you soon.